Morning, Rabotai. Erev Shabbat Shalom. This week, Parashat Chukat Balak, we finally catch up to Eretz Yisrael and Parashiyot. Please don't forget that with regards to the Haftarah, both in Shnai Mikra V'Chat Targum and with the Haftarah that we're going to read tomorrow, we're reading only that of Parashat Balak and not that of Parashat Chukat. Another interesting thing that tomorrow usually happens, the Bet Yosef writes that the minhag of the Sfaradim is that before Asara B'Tevet and Shiva Asar B'Tamuz, the Shabbat before, we have a minhag to announce those fasts. So B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to do so on Shabbat. Shiva Asar B'Tamuz is going to be a week from yesterday, this coming Thursday. Hopefully it shouldn't happen, but if it does, it's going to be this coming Thursday. In Parashat Balak, we find that Balak tried all sorts of strategies to bring the downfall of Am Yisrael, and he was paid a tremendous amount of money to do so, with curses and all sorts of different things, and he was a very, very big person on a very high level of nevuah, and he wasn't able to. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu foiled his plot every time. And the thing that we find that one of the things that he was most impressed with Am Yisrael was their tzniut. As Rashi HaKadosh writes, "Matov u'ahalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael shera'a pitcheim she'enam mechuvanim ze lazeh," which means when they camped in the desert, their tents, the openings of their tents, weren't corresponding to one another. They're always turned aside, so nobody can look into the other's tent. They're very tzanua. And then he realized that after he brought so many korbanot and he tried to curse and it didn't happen, he realized that the only way to bring them down is to make this breach in the wall of tzniut that Am Yisrael had. And that's what happened with Benot Moav, and 24,000 Jews died as a result because of that lack of tzniut. So he realized that's the only way to bring Am Yisrael down, and that's what happened historically. Am Yisrael is protected by their tzniut and their kedusha v'tahora. Without that, Am Yisrael crumbles. It's very important, especially in these generations when, as the Chafetz Chaim already said, he passed away in 1933. The last nisayon of the generation before Mashiach is going to be that of tzniut and kedusha. And we see that with there's so many devices and technology and things like that. Our kedusha is very, very much threatened by all of these things. A person has to take proper safeguards to make sure that he doesn't fall into pits of tum'ah, because like the Torah says very clearly, that HaKadosh, like Bil'am told Balak, Eloheim shel elu soneh zimahu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu hates promiscuity. And the Torah says explicitly, V'lo yir'eh v'cha irvat davar v'shav me'acharecha. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees things that are promiscuous, things that aren't tzanua, HaKadosh Baruch Hu turns away, and then we don't have that heavenly protection that Am Yisrael is supposed to have. So it's just a wake-up call every time we read Parashat Balak to remember what happened as a result of this one thing. 24,000 people died in one shot. It was a terrible, terrible calamity. So especially now, before the 3 weeks, it's a good time to refocus our energies on this idea of Kedusha Utzniut. Shabbat Shalom U'Vorach.